Welcome. We were just jamming.
We were jamming to our theme song, so you know, hey!
Let's get down to business. Woo! Listen, that song gets me in the groove
Hey!
every time, no matter what type of business.
Let's get down to it.
Let's get down. So let's get down to business. It's day 10.
10!
Day 10.
Oh my gosh, we're almost there!
Day 10. So I am Keishel.
And I am Cherie.
And this is day 10 of the Future Focus Challenge.
Absolutely.
Ooh, this is a deep one we're getting into.
I don't know if y'all can see the beads of sweat. This is, yeah.
This is a deep one. So, so we were, talking about this, and so let's set the table.
Stage, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So we looked at clarity. We looked at clarity part 1. We looked at clarity part 2. Mm-hmm. Today's challenge goes into the second step, or the second principle or key, however you want to call it, of the Make It Real process, and that is potential.
Wow, potential.
And just like clarity, we really will just scratch the surface.
Yes.
On what this topic really could be focused on, how we can focus on, and today's. So it's potential part 1.
Yes.
Right. Let's say that, because again, we want to dive a little bit deeper into each of these steps.
Yep.
And today we have a very important process or piece to this puzzle.
Yes.
And that is called the process to manifestation. Okay. Now, this process was made popular, I believe, from Tony Robbins and Bob Proctor. They kind of were the ones that begin to make this concept popular. And it's these 3 steps that you would take before you get to the results, right? So the results are the things that we wrote down in week 1. Mm-hmm. The life areas, the things that we want, the things that we clarified earlier this week, all of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But we focus on the result and neglect the process to the result.
Yeah, that thought, those beliefs, all of those things that kind of rumble around in here that kind of can help create a picture of the potential of us being able to make that dream happen.
Yeah, and so I'm going to give you a practical example.
All right.
Okay? So thoughts, feelings, actions, results. How does your thoughts affect your feelings? How do your feelings affect your actions? How do your actions affect your results? Let's look at it, okay? You're laying at home late one night.
Okay.
And you're in your bed, maybe snuggle up, watching Netflix, whatever the case may be, and you hear a sound outside.
Okay.
You think that someone is outside of your house, outside of your window. You just think that's a thought. Mm-hmm. How do you feel? How would you feel?
A little scared, a little anxious, a little apprehensive.
So because of the thought, whether that thought is true or not, that immediately led to a feeling
of response. Yes.
And because of that feeling, what actions would you take, or inactions? What would you do?
Well, I would probably, this is me we're talking about. I dial in for somebody. Hello, somebody, or you look at the cameras to see if there's something going on.
So you take some action,
yes,
or inaction, because some people would freeze. Some people say, "Child, let me just stay
like go quiet, turn off the TV,
great, something." And of course, based on the action, you will get a certain result.
Right.
Okay. Or lack of result.
Right.
So how does that apply to your dreams? Same thing. Right? Let's look at a business dream, right? Livelihood and lifestyle, that's my playground. You say that you want to build a world-class global business. Okay, that's the result that you want.
Yes.
What is the thought that shows up when you think of that result? What is the usual thoughts? I'm not qualified. I'm unsure.
Yeah.
Who do you
start? Yeah. All of that.
I don't know if it's possible. So based on any of those, what
Right.
feelings would you have?
Then I would start to have self-doubt, and my confidence would probably plummet, and then
Discouraged,
it probably will paralyze me.
Absolutely. So that's the action or inaction.
Right?
Yep. And then what results do you get? So what results do you get?
The results I would get is probably not moving from where I am right now, or wishing the same thing a year from now because I haven't started, or any myriad of things that is probably not propelling me forward.
Exactly. And so we wonder, why are we getting
Light
the
bulb.
results when our thoughts, our feelings, and our action are not in sync with the results that we want?
Okay.
And listen,
Okay.
I'm holding myself back now, Cherie, because this is the stuff.
Guys, if you only know, and this is just scratching the surface. Yeah, but that brought clarity to me just now about potential.
And so, even before we give you the challenge today, it's that's something to ponder, right?
Yeah.
Why haven't I gotten the results so far with what I want, with the life area, right? Is it that my thoughts are not supporting those results?
Absolutely. And it's easy to say that I want to do X, Y, Z or be X, Y, Z, but it's more important to believe it, because the thoughts that I have create the beliefs that I live out, whether I consciously or subconsciously realize.
And it's there's so many things that I can say. Henry Ford says, if you think you can't, you think you can't, you are right. The Bible says what? As a man thinketh,
so is he.
So is he.
Yes.
And then if I go back to a quote that Dr. Miles said, and I have it written down, he said, when you discover your dream, you also discover your potential or your ability to fulfill it.
Wow.
Okay. And so we have the potential because the dream came to us. Are we maximizing that potential, or are our thoughts preventing us from getting the results?
As you've been saying this, I've just been sitting because I feel like I'm in the hot seat right now.
All right, so listen, let me put you deeper. Y'all ready to go deeper? All right.
I think I need a morning mindset.
So listen, y'all. So this challenge is going to take you a little bit deeper than perhaps the previous challenges. And so I have 4 questions for this mission today. Okay. And so I'm going to explain the 4 questions, and then Cherie, you're going to be in the hot seat. So that's why we were a little bit loud.
Steam.
So the 4 questions today.
Yes.
That you want to begin asking yourself,
Right.
And the first one is, if I were to become the type of person that achieves the dream that I have, the dream, the goal, the vision, what must I believe in order to make this real? All right, so what must I believe? Now, I have a couple quick examples. Let me show you, let me read a couple.
Go ahead.
I must believe that money comes to me easily.
Yes.
I must believe in my talents.
Yes.
I must believe that I am worth it.
Yes.
I must believe that I'm deserving. I must believe that I am worthy and wealthy. I must believe, the list goes on. What must I believe?
I gotta jump in here. They sound like awesome affirmations, don't they? Like something you could get up every day and say. Free advice. Okay, go ahead.
And I would even dare say that in the full Make It Real course, we turn them into affirmations.
Yes.
Once you get clear on what you must believe, you want to see it, say it. Remember the say it part? It all ties back together.
Yes, yes.
So that's question number 1. Question number 2 is, what are your current beliefs that you currently hold in this area? So what are your current beliefs that you hold in this area? So we understand what you want to believe.
Yes.
What do you currently believe? And write those down, okay? You might believe what? I'm not worth it.
Right.
You might believe that
money doesn't come to me easily. Money eludes me, or
you might believe that I'm unlovable. It's particularly in the life area. And we know the thoughts that's been coming up. We know it, right? There's a thought that typically comes up when I think of what I want. Mine is, Keisha, you just ain't organized enough. That's the thoughts that's coming up.
Right, right.
The third question is, and this is where it gets fun. So you want to identify reasons why you cannot get what you want, right? So you want to identify reasons why you cannot get what you want, and you want to complete this statement. I cannot ... because ... Listen, you want to be honest with yourself.
Yes.
And you really want to give yourself the raw truth. Now, Cherie, this is the hot seat. Talk to me.
And hot today means honest.
It's getting hot in here.
Open and transparent. Woo!
So
It is.
and this is such an important one, right? So you want to share from that perspective?
Yeah. So, you know, I've been here with you guys, and you've been able to see and know a little bit more about me and my ability to kind of see the parallels and pull perspective out of that. But for a long time, even before I saw myself sitting in this type of environment, standing before you, I knew that I always had to be a voice to help change a generation. Like I always told Keishel, it had to be something with the voice, right? Mm-hmm. But for the longest time, actually, I prevented myself from being the voice. And why did I prevent myself from being a voice? Because I had in my mind a thought and a subsequent belief that speakers, coaches, people who are going to change their lives, they looked a certain way. They acted a certain way. And for me, I didn't look that way. And for me, my mobility, say hello to my little friend, has been supported by a cane for, let's say, about a year due to an old injury that has resurfaced itself. And so, believe it or not, I did not propel myself forward in what I know I'm naturally gifted to because I thought physically I would not be received. How limiting is that?
How limiting is that? So I want you to, for the sake of the challenge, is to take that, what you just shared, and put it in that statement. So I can't ... because ...
Okay. I cannot achieve my goal of becoming a world-renowned, world-class speaker, a trusted voice to change a generation, because I'm not physically able to, at this point, stand before crowds to make my case.
How do you feel? I see your face.
I close my eyes. I don't want y'all to see me. Did I disappear yet out of the camera? Oh, man.
And I wanted you to say it because that's a part of today's challenge, but there's one more question or one more point. So this is a 4-part challenge today. And this will liberate you, right? Or everyone else that you're watching and you're doing this challenge. And that is, what is it? I can't find it.
What would I tell?
Oh, yes, it's right here. I'm just, that's just the excitement.
Yeah.
What would you tell? So question number 4 is, what would you tell a friend who was believing this about themselves? So I'm going to ask you, Cherie, what would you tell a friend? So you said what you can't do because of your thoughts, right? What would you tell a friend who was believing what you said for themselves?
I would tell them, why would you allow physicality to hold you back from speaking? It does not affect your voice. It does not affect your intellect. It does not affect your ability to be able to connect with your audience. It is just a state of being that is not holding you back. And if I were to also talk to that friend, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And as a result, go out there and do it anyway. Wow.
How do you feel there?
I open in my eyes. And actually, believe it or not, that's the reason why I'm here today. That's the reason why you're experiencing this with me, because finally somebody had to tell me what I had to just say out loud just now for my own benefit. so that I can move from those self-limiting beliefs into walking into my destiny.
And isn't it ironic that the only thing that changed was your thoughts?
Because guess what, guys? I still have my little friend, and it's not stopped me from gracing stages. I've talked before hundreds, and whether it's personal, private coaching sessions, or standing in front of crowds, or reaching you no matter where you are in the world, my physicality has not prevented me from doing any of that.
So I have this, and it says, send love to yourself.
Woo, woo, woo.
The same love that you would send to a friend. Everything that you will tell your friend, guess what? Tell yourself.
Yeah.
Right? So the 4 questions, your mission is to answer these 4 questions. Take the time, give yourself space. It's going to perhaps take a little bit longer than what you have done earlier, but you owe yourself the time to do this work. So the 4 questions include: 1, if I were to become the type of person that makes my dreams real, what must I believe to be able to do so? So what must you believe if you want to make your dreams real? Number 2 is, what are the beliefs you currently hold, right? And when I say beliefs, it's really your thoughts. You know what your mind tells yourself, right? So what are the thoughts and beliefs that you currently hold? Number 3, this is a deep one. Identify your reasons for why you can't get what you want by repeating this statement: I can't ... because ... which is a deep, really important question to ask yourself. And you want to be honest with yourself, and you want to go and aim for 3 to 5 points under this area because you want to dive deep. And lastly, one of my favorite questions is, what would you tell a friend that was believing what you just wrote? So what will you tell a friend that was believing that you just wrote for themselves?
Yeah, so this one is a heavy one today, guys, but it's oh so worth doing the work. Oh so worth doing the work.
Yeah, this is the inner thing. This is really what keeps us balanced. If we could get a hold of our mind, then we could really make our dreams real. I want to end with something because we talked about some heavy stuff, and this is a lie. Yeah, listen, let's exhale. This is a line that I got from a wonderful coach. Her name is Laura Hudson, and she said this line. And the first time I heard it, I'm like, yeah, this really is important to, as we go into this deeper work, remind ourselves of this line. Want to know what it is?
Yes, please. I need all of the, send me some good love, y'all.
And so whatever you wrote down, right, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as they say, I want you to write at the bottom of this page, it gets to be different now.
Ooh. Say that one more time.
It's almost like an exhale.
Yes.
So there's hope. There's negatives, perhaps.
Yes.
The things that your thoughts, your beliefs are holding you back. After you've gotten past all of that, I want you to tell yourself, write it down, place it on a sticky, that whatever you have written, especially the negative, thoughts and beliefs you have, tell yourself, write it down, it gets to be different now.
Yes. Let's make it different, y'all. So you have reached to the end of day, what day is that? 10? Yes, day 10. Guys, and we are almost there. We're in the home stretch. We can see the finish line ahead of us. And yes, it was heavy today, but that means the onion peels, the onion layers of our lives have fallen away to get to the truth of the matter. And the truth of the matter is that you are great and you have greatness within you.
And it gets to be different
now. Absolutely. So thank you for making it to day 10. We look forward to